Was it?
Right on. Get your greasy little face up next to the radio because it's time for America's favorite radio program, Animal Stories. And now here in person is the Animal Stories news team anchorman, your charming and delightful old Uncle Lair, and him in person, little Tommy. Hi, Tommy.
Good morning, Uncle Lair. Good morning. Hi, everybody.
Once again, as the shadows of night fall graciously upon the major metropolitan city in the Midwest, the boy in the box to his eye cautiously enters Zuala. Good evening, boogie checkers, and a good evening to you. Is this a functional unit?
Once upon a time, the biggest names in rock were seen around the world in black t-shirts emblazoned with the name of a Chicago institution, a radio station. The Loop, home to gods of radio, and gods of rock. While most stations played made bands, the Loop made the bands that they played. It hacked its way through a jungle of mediocrity to a land as dangerous as it was exciting. The rest of the world first experienced this power in 1979, the infamous Disco Demolition. 90,000 Loop listeners showed up at a stadium built for 50. And Americans asked, what kind of radio station could influence untold thousands in such a way? And the answer? This kind. It was born in the year of Star Wars, and in Chicago, it was the Force that was with you. And the Force was with you. The mighty Loop was as tall as Jordan, as strong as the fridge. In a world full of wannabes, the Loop screamed. In a landscape crowded with emptiness and pockmarked with sameness, the Loop kicked ass and took names, and addresses, and phone numbers. Then later, after the Stones interview, the Loop ran home for a quick shower, then called one of those phone numbers to set up a private interview. Yes, that was a metaphor for the Loop getting laid.
Hello?
The Loop got laid a lot. The Loop screamed with dangerous hosts, dangerous comedy, and dangerous music. As it grew, it made money. And more money. And little by little, an institution became an investment. A melting pot of genius became a few pages in an annual report. What the number crunchers couldn't grasp is that with some things, putting profits before all else ultimately leads to lower profits. They couldn't see that what made the Loop huge in the first place wasn't cost-cutting or homogenizing. It wasn't consultants or research. It was talent, brilliance. It was magic.
I didn't want to play that one. I'm playing this one. It took time to discover me, and left behind was fine. Now I'm mine, and I'm coming to my senses. Reach out, fall down, crawl on, and so the stars align tonight. Ready for our fight. You know we stand for one million out of sight. Close your eyes and imagine being free from your disguise. They despise that we're not what they have made us. Hear us, say us, fear us, fight. And so the stars align tonight, ready for our fight. You know we stand for 1 million out of sight. Say goodbye to the sleepless night. Say goodbye to your fear of heights. Say goodbye to your wish to die. Say goodbye to the tears they made you cry. And so the stars align tonight, ready for our fight. You know we stand for 1 million out of sight. If you thought it was over now, no, we've just begun. Yeah, I swear we won't bow down. Stand and
All right, kids, welcome to another exciting episode of the original Red Pill Show, comrade. Today is Hump Day. It's Hump Day, Wednesday, March 4th, 2020. This show is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Please use at your own risk. This show is copyrighted by moi. No parts of it can be reused, rebroadcasted in any way, shape, or form without my written consent. Finally, this show is opinionated. The host, especially the co-host, callers. Malik, throw that number up. That'd be awesome, dude. I'd love it. People that are naughty in the chat room are and will be opinionated. No circumstances whatsoever should opinions be taken as advice. If you are seeking, take two. Hang on. Oh man, I get the burps now. Probably from eating that pork rib shit yesterday. Anyway, if you're seeking professional advice, we strongly encourage you to hire a license if required person in his or her field, old Tommy. Hey man. Nope. That's his name. Broadcasting live from the lovely town of Loveland, Colorado, where we voted for Bernie Sanders. What the fuck is wrong with you people, man? At least he knows where he is, though. Hello? Are you there, Melissa? Cannot hear you. Oops. Speak, please. Hello.
Morning.
There you go.
Hear me?
Barely. barely. I can hear you. I got you all the way up.
Can you hear me now?
Mm, not very well, but I can. I don't know if they
Did I
can.
switch headphones?
No, I got you cranked. That's good.
Okay.
That's good.
Good morning.
Morning. How are you?
I'm awake.
I'm sipping on my coffee, and I had people critiquing my show already. Really, the laundry basket bugs you that much, huh?
Is that cup purple?
Yes, it is.
I love it.
It's my favorite color. I just love it.
Freaking love that cup.
You like purple? Here, you'll like this.
Oh, I love everything purple.
You'll like this then. Hang on a minute.
I literally live in a purple world.
Here's my wiener. That's purple. No.
Oh.
See? You like?
Love.
Do you like this?
Yes. Oh.
Here, let me. It keeps.
Oh, what's that?
Well, I'm trying to show you Wendy's
Yeah.
signature on there, but I don't know. The camera keeps.
I see the signature. Who is
Yeah,
it?
that's Wendy Wu's signature.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. She's like, really? You want me to sign your brand new guitar? I'm like, yeah, I want to sign my guitar. So I'm not a huge purple fan, but I don't know that color. I don't even know if it's purple, but whatever it is, I like it. So
I love purple. I like, if it's purple, it's mine.
Yeah. Yeah, purple, I could take it or leave it. But yeah, this cup, I forget who I got this from. Because usually, I think it was when I was living with somebody, or it could have been mine. But I take a cup of coffee with me to work, and then my van gets full of coffee cups like crazy, and then I can't find any because I don't bring them back in. So, what's up? Where is everybody? Is everybody sleeping or what?
Apparently. Rat baby's there, though.
I know. Good morning, Brat Baby. What is this first? First? You're first in line? You're first? You ain't first, you're last.
I love that movie. Oh, we found a new TV show last night.
Uh-oh. What?
Oh, crap. I can't remember.
Oh,
the name of
crap. Can't remember. I never heard of that one. Never heard
Oh,
of it.
it's I Dash Land. The I Dash Land. So the island.
Oh, the island.
Yes.
Okay.
It is very good.
Is it based off the movie? There's a movie called The Island where.
Is it I Dash
No.
Land?
Mm-mm.
Then probably not.
Okay.
But all these people they wake up, the first episode, they wake up on this deserted island
Uh-huh.
and they don't have their memories.
Yeah, that's a movie.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm. It's a guy and a girl. I forget who it was. I think it was the guy that played Obi-Wan Kenobi.
It was definitely more than just two people, though.
McGregor, is that his name? No, that's a fighter. I forget his name, but anyway, whoever played in the newest Star Wars, who played Obi-Wan Kenobi, he's in it, and then really pretty blonde's in it too. I can't remember her name either. It's too early, but yeah, they don't know where they're at, and they escape. No, it's they're all on the island, and then every once in a while, two people get drawn by lottery to leave the island, but they actually take them somewhere and kill them.
Oh, yeah, no, that's definitely not the same.
Oh, okay.
Definitely not the same. It's on Netflix.
Been a long time. So I was on my phone yesterday, big shocker. And you know how Facebook, is there any people watching on Facebook Live or what?
I can't tell. It just says live. But then whenever we're done, it has a bunch of listeners. So I have no idea. Oh, hey, we have somebody.
Really?
I cannot read the name, but
Well, it don't
good
matter.
morning to you.
Yeah. Good morning to Facebook Live. I still like
They
that.
said hi, sir. So they're saying
Sir?
hi to you. Sir. So they said hi to you.
Sir, my name's Mel. Sir. You know how Facebook pops up when I was on it, like pictures from a year ago and 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have an Android phone, and these pictures popped up from 5 years ago from Google Photos, which is their web cloud crap, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I went through them and I'm like, oh my God. I was like, 5 years has flown by, and it had pictures of all my before my life was ruined, all my crap I owned. And I'm like, I hear the cat. A new subscriber. Good morning, Framery. Oh, we're all Framery. Would you like some breakfast? There you go.
Good morning, Candace.
Man, I was going to play something off of InfoWars where they're saying how now we can't call it the coronavirus. It's Carvo 19 or what is it?
COVID-19.
COVID-19. COVID-19. So nobody gets offended. And then you can't use certain words because who is saying it's pissing people off as this thing's going around killing. I guess most of the Iran parliament has it. 80% of them do. And they're saying on InfoWars it has a 3% kill rate.
Holy cow.
Yeah. So Paul Watson did the numbers and he goes, that's 500,000 people just where he is in the UK. So don't talk about it and acknowledge it and it's happening and we all might die. Just watch what you're saying. It's like,
Okay.
Sure. I remember that as I'm on my deathbed drinking a Corona beer.
I was more thinking watching what we say on the show.
Mm-hmm. You got it. You're figuring me out. Uh-oh. You're figuring out. Pleasure to meet you, Candace. Where are you from? New subscriber. She's subscribing to YouTube, right? The channel.
Apparently,
You
yes.
know what that means? Did you get the bill yet? I'm gonna need more coffee. Where is she? Trenton, New Jersey. I've never been to Jersey.
Me neither.
I'd like to. I was close. I was up in New York State.
I
But
remember,
not. Go ahead.
I remember finding out that they don't allow people to pump their own gas.
My son told me they just did that in Illinois. It's against the law
Yeah.
because they're creating jobs. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Really? How much are you going to get paid to pump gas?
Oh, definitely minimum wage, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's been like that. When I was a kid, people came out because I remember riding around with my mom.
Yeah, you had the choice.
Yeah, and please check the oil. And they'd wash the windshield with the windshield cleaning thing and the spongy and the squeegee and all that, and check your oil and fill up your gas. And then I don't know. I would say probably around late 70s they started getting rid of that. And so let's just say 1980. So now 40 years later, we're going back to that. They're probably all right. Here's my conspiracy theory. They're probably doing that so they can get people to do it, so they can teach the robots, so they can do it. So you're going to get replaced anyway.
Oh, that's an interesting.
Yeah, because you need to physically do that, so the robots need to learn how to do it. So they need to mimic people. So that's why they're doing it. I just figured it out. Whatever. I don't like to pump gas. I actually don't either. Oh, I've done this twice already. And both times living here in the past 2 years where I've been on the phone or distracted and I pull away with the gas hose still in the gas tank.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I've always wondered how people could do that.
Because they're stupid. And what I did is that I stuck it in the hole, whatever. And I went in and got a cup of coffee or whatever. And sometimes my phone rings and then I'll answer it. So then I'm distracted and I'm on the phone and I forgot that I didn't hang up the pump. I just did that the other day again. And about 6 months ago, I did it too.
Oh, jeez.
Whatever. Not paying attention. But yeah, and I feel like an idiot. The first time I did it, I ripped the hose right off the gas pump.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, they have quick disconnect coupling, so you don't tear it apart. It just ripped it out. It was meant to do that. And I brought it in and they said, hey, I ripped this off the gas pump.
Oh, my God.
Like, I'll just leave it there. We'll have our maintenance guy. You're not the only one that's done that. And I go, I know. But this time at
Well,
the
there's a reason why they made those couplings.
Exactly. Yeah. So they were smart about it. But I'm like, you don't want my name or nothing. He's like, no, don't worry about it. It was just more for a maintenance guy to do. And I'm like, okay.
Wow. I would have figured they had to like file an insurance report and all that.
That's what I would think. But I guess it's so tedious and probably happens all the time. They just figured a way to deal with it. And it's not even worth the paperwork for insurance. So, I mean, pay your guy, put a new coupling in, and you leave. So,
Yeah.
what's the probably not even didn't meet the deductible. So, but whatever. So, yeah, I just remembered I did that the other day. Huh. And how do we get into that? You have to pump your own gas there?
Oh, about we got into that because I brought up the fact that in Jersey you have to have somebody pump it.
Jersey. That's a real close Chicago accent. My daughter had a friend from Jersey, and I called her Jersey, and I just listened to it. Because when you listen to people you live with that are around, you don't hear the accent. But then when she talked, I heard it, which makes no sense at all. But yeah, I like Jersey. I want to go there. It's one place on the East Coast or in that area that I would go to.
Oh damn, their gas is under $2 now.
You saw that. Well, that's because the supply is higher than hell because everybody's quarantining themselves. And
Oh well, yeah, that's true.
yeah.
Hey, there is a positive.
So
Ours is still a little over two. I think ours is like 239 or something like that.
it's 230 something here, 220 something. Now that I'm thinking about it. I never drive my car, put gas in it. So and
I
when
don't have one.
oh well and when I fill up my truck, I don't pay attention because I'm not paying for it. But whatever. All right, so where's everybody? Wake up, man. Is everybody dead? Did they get the coronavirus? What's it called? What is it called?
COVID.
COVID-19.
COVID.
Yes, it's not the coronavirus. It's the COVID.
Hey,
What?
speaking of that,
What?
um, so I've been working on our general store.
We have one?
Yes, we have one.
T-shirts and all that stuff?
Freedom. Well, no, this is different.
Oh,
This is freedomrevolutionnetwork.com/gen store, and it's it's mainly for our community so that people who have products or services can advertise their stuff on our network.
really?
Yeah. So I started putting some products and stuff in there for the network, and we now have N95 masks. We have one that is a reusable and replacement filters for those,
Cool.
and water filtration, and then of course our My Patriot.
My Patriot Supply. Mm-hmm.
So if you're still looking for masks, go to freedomrevolutionnetwork.com/gen store.
Very good.
Hey.
Yeah. You actually did something yesterday.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I decided to get off my button. Well, on my button.
Yeah. And work.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of work, so I get a text message in the morning from the number 3 guy in our company.
Okay.
And he goes, I understand it's your birthday, or it was, and we want to take you out for lunch.
Aw.
And I just about passed out. And I'm like, wow. He goes, I don't know what your plans are, or you're busy. And I said, well, I'm about as close as to the shop as I'm going to get. I was 140th Avenue or whatever, in 25 Westminster, Minister, whatever you call it. And I'm like, this is about as close as I'm going to get as far as I know. Because I'm usually up on the northern range. I'm really never even in the north side of Denver. And the shop's clear out in Inglewood. So I looked at this and I'm like, wow. And I'm like, yeah, that'd be great. So turns out me and there's the president, the vice president, and then this guy. And yeah, he took me out to AJ's barbecue over there in Inglewood.
Oh, y'all should have gone to Moe's.
Well,
Oh,
he goes, what do you want? Do you want Mexican? Do you want whatever? Do you want barbecue? And I'm like, I go, I'll eat barbecue anytime.
right.
Except paying. Man, I was burping that shit up all day yesterday. and last night, and then kind of this morning, and I'm like, ugh. I got the beef brisket, and it's over off of Evans and something. I'm not still familiar with Denver,
If
but
if you get back down to Inglewood
yeah.
on Broadway,
Hmm.
there is Moe's barbecue.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god, it is so good.
Really.
That's where the kids, when I lived in Inglewood, the kids would take me out there for like my birthday and for Mother's Day and stuff like
Hmm.
that. Any holiday that they got the opportunity to take me out for dinner or something, they would take me there.
Interesting.
Very, very good barbecue.
Hmm.
And it's hard for, I'm really picky about my barbecue. So,
Yeah, you smear really good barbecue sauce on it. I don't really think it matters, but yeah, I really like barbecue, and I have to say this because I always diss Colorado food. Um, I really can't complain about the barbecue that I've had. Pizza is a different story. Barbecue, I've had pretty good barbecue since I came here. Yesterday was no exception. AJ's in Inglewood, very good. AJ's barbecue. So, but I thought that was nice.
yeah,
So we
very.
went back to the shop, and I walked into the vice president's because there's an open door policy there, but most employees are like, "Oh, you went and saw Mike or Rob," and I'm like, "Yeah, why?" It's like, "Oh, geez, it's like, oh my god." I was like, "Really?" I I loved it when my employees would come in and say hi and good morning and what or
Hmm.
whatever,
Yeah.
unless it was a bitch fest or complaint or whatever. But I didn't mind it either. It's part of the job. But yeah, I didn't mind that at all. And I thanked both of them. They both have separate offices, and I said, John just took me out for my birthday for lunch, and I really appreciate that. That's probably the nicest gesture anything anybody's ever done for me as an employee.
That's cool.
Yeah. Although we have Christmas bonuses and Christmas parties, but I'm saying as an individual
Right.
recognition, I mean, I'm still kind of floored by it. And I was like, that tells you something.
Well, yeah, because they actually care about their employees.
Yeah. Yeah. And then of course, other guys when we walk back, oh, where'd you go? I know John took me out for my birthday for lunch. Oh, well, he never took me out. I'm like, oh
Oh,
my
you're
God, here we
special.
go.
I
Here
can't
we
do church lady.
why?
That isn't that special.
I didn't really hear
Church
you say
lady.
that. I heard that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, church lady.
Isn't that special? Whatever. I sound
Yeah.
like a witch.
Well, so does she.
Every female voice of mine sounds like a witch. Does that mean something?
Are you a witch?
No, I'm not a witch. No, I know plenty of them, though. Oh, well, why don't we try to get someone to call in? Because has people called in? Have they called in when I've said something, or they just called in?
Bonnie called in. Uh, Wandering called in, but we've only had a couple. So,
Well, the format here for Candace is brand new. She
oh
quiet.
right,
I
I forgot we have a new person.
think we scared her. That's good though. One a day's. Well, we don't do the
Yeah,
show every day, but whatever. But that'd be 300 listeners a year, approximately, if we got one a day, right?
yeah,
Pretty close. I'll take it. I want to see what happens tonight. I thought I
yeah.
scared you away. Go
Tonight's
ahead.
gonna be interesting.
You think?
I think so.
I don't know. It'll
I
be,
think we're gonna get in trouble with a bunch of people with the cussing, but
well, don't swear.
just happens.
Well, now that you said that, I am going to play that Alex Jones news story with people because this guy was getting pissed. All people can say is focus on don't say words that might offend people and forget about a virus that's going around killing 3% of the population.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point. Good. Oh, don't, this fucking virus. Sorry. Oh, you can't say that. That's offensive. Because I die. He was saying the same thing. He was getting pissed. I thought it was so funny. I was gonna play it, and I'm like, I don't really want to come out.
Okay, You should do that for tonight, though.
I will.
Definitely.
I
Yeah.
will.
Just as a warning, if nothing else.
Yeah, and I'll bet you any amount of money people don't even pay attention to it.
Probably not. But they'll yell at us.
I have a complaint. I got the what's it called? COVID-19.
Yeah.
I had the COVID-19 virus, and Tim said the F word, and it's really offensive. So I'm never listening to you again. Really?
Oh man, last night we went up to the smoke shop that's right by our house,
Flat out. Is it a
and
drug place? What is it?
well, smoker friendly,
Okay.
and the manager there caught us completely off guard. They've got this giant stuffed sloth sitting up on top of the soda machine,
I love sloths. I love that thing. Yeah.
and he tells us, of course, Steven saw it, and we're giggling about it because we both love sloths, and he tells us, yeah, it's a sloth, but it identifies as a koala.
What?
Yes, it's a sloth, but it identifies as a koala. And I was like, oh, is he having issues? No, it's it. Don't call it a he. Its pronoun is it.
Okay, so he's getting to the politically correct stuff, or what? I mean, what?
Oh, he was just being a goof.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, he was totally just being a goof.
All right.
Which I
Okay.
want to talk to you about having him on the show. Actually, he does some really cool stuff around Grand Junction. He does a lot of nonprofit stuff.
Yeah, I don't care. I want to bring that up again. If you can throw even just a link for Forever Still on my show page,
Oh yeah.
Maya is not responding, so I don't know what that means. I'm not gonna be conditional if she comes on or not to promote her band. That's
Oh
not
no.
how I do
No,
that.
she's friggin' awesome.
Listen, if you're not gonna come on my show, then I'm not talking about your crap. How's that sound?
Sounds like you're an asshole.
Yeah. Hey, hey. All right, I'm not doing the show tonight. I don't need you damaging the reputation of this show
Well, fine.
and that work. I'm going to tell the owner.
Am I fired?
I'll have to talk to your partner in crime. Where's a
Fire me,
complaint?
please.
Where's a complaint? Yeah, yeah. It's really. I said that the other day because it's just like I'm letting things, as far as my job goes, I'm letting it go with the flow.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna willfully put my future in my hands as far as a negative way, like quitting or
Well, yeah.
getting a different, whatever. I especially after yesterday, I'm like, there's no perfect place to work. There's no perfect boss. There's no perfect customer. There's no perfect employee. There's no perfect
Oh
anything.
no.
So
No.
I'm like, but I was thinking this. I'm just envision getting because I hate getting there. I hate getting fired and I hate firing people. I hate it. I hated firing people. But if I was pulled in there and I was fired, I'd be just like, really? I would probably say something like, "You're going to set me free," because last time I got fired, I started my own business. You know, and I was talking to somebody last night about this, especially the pictures that I brought up to you that my Dodge Challenger popped up. I showed Anna, is who I showed, because you know who she is, my boxing coach. And I said, here, I want you to see this crap just so you don't think I'm lying to you or whatever. She goes, I never thought you were lying. I says, I don't care. I'm showing you proof. I go, these popped up from 5 years ago. And it showed 3 of the motorcycles I had, 2 dirt bikes, 1 V-Rod, Harley. Then my Dodge Challenger popped up. And I go, see, here's my, she goes, oh my God, that thing's so pretty. I'm like, yeah, but the divorce took it. She had it in her name, so she's like, "Oh, you're not gonna have this either." Like, okay, whatever. So I really had nothing to say about that. But I just wanted to prove to her. And then of course I go, and then I took pictures of myself, appropriate ones, because that's when I really started getting back into working out 5 years ago. And I said, here, I go, I'm not being weird, but we've talked about this. People should take before and after pictures of themselves before they get back into an exercise workout routine.
Right.
And I showed her and I go, I think I look better than this 5 years ago. And I was 51. And she goes, "Oh no, yeah, you do." I said, "Well, see, there you go." So,
Oh, I would see. She should have taken that opportunity
and
and totally given you a bunch of you know what.
why? You can swear again?
I was going to,
Well, here. Okay.
but
That's for thinking about it.
no, it's anybody puts an opportunity like that in front of me, I'm gonna take it. I mean,
Really?
it's wrong not to.
Mm, no. Oh, and then you know what? I'm gonna go refill my coffee. Can you say the phone number? I would like what's her name? COVID-15.
Candace.
To come in and talk if she wants to. But I'm gonna refill my coffee cup and then I'm gonna show you what Anna and all the girls at the club gave me for my birthday.
Aw.
Yeah, another it was really, you know what? I'm gonna be perfectly honest here, and I don't know what this says about my family. But wait, before I say this, when our family was tight and together and everything, birthdays were a big deal. We all went out, we celebrated usually at a restaurant and gifts and the whole 9 yards. We really truly made that their special day, regardless of who it was. And now for the past 5 years, I haven't had that. And just what happened yesterday between my boss taking me out, this is sentimental. I'm sorry. My boss taking me out almost made me cry. And then yeah, then I went to boxing last night, and Anna's like, "Here, this is from all the girls here at the club and whatever,
Mhm.
the gym, whatever studio." She always calls it the studio. So I'm gonna refill this coffee cup. And I'm gonna grab the other one, and I'm gonna show you what they did for me. And then in the meantime, if you can give the phone number out, and maybe what's her name? Brittany? What is it?
Candace.
Can't close enough. She can call.
Your memory is crap this
I'm
morning.
not awake yet, man. I can't remember shit. Like you said a couple things like that too the other day.
Yeah.
Started talking, you're like
Oh, I couldn't talk yesterday to save my life.
well, it's that stress. So stress will do that, and lack of sleep and everything else. The brain. Plus, you're in computer land a lot, so to get back out of that, it's kind of like you're stupid because it's just how it is. It's like you're
Hmm.
hypnotized by it, and then you come back to reality, and you're like, where
All
am
I
I?
can do is speak geek.
Yeah. What? Hmm. Yeah. So give that out. I'm gonna refill this. I'll grab that coffee cup. So I'll be like 30 seconds. So all right.
Okie dokie.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, everybody. So to call into the show, you can call 669 900 6833 or 929. Need my glasses. Can't see it. 929 And when it pops up with asking you for the meeting ID, you just enter 238-494-3128. That was perfect freaking timing, man.
Ha ha ha. I planned it.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. So hang on.
Totally didn't have my glasses on.
What's that?
I said I didn't have my glasses on and I was trying to
Oh,
read the number.
got it. All right. Well, I got a half a cup of coffee, which is probably mostly coffee grounds, but whatever. And so this is the cup. Can you see it?
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's a
Got
coffee
the
cup.
logo.
I have to describe things for people that aren't watching. But it's a cup that says Fitness Magic, and I don't know what the hell else does it say? Oh, her address and phone number, which is 970. What is that? 593-8426, I think. There's not enough light in here. Anyway, just forget that I can't see it. That's not the point. All right, so I got this and I walked in last night, and yeah, they all signed it.
That is so cool.
Yeah, and then look what the bottom says.
Ah, that's
Because
awesome.
I go, oh, I'm gonna use that I'm gonna keepsake that, not use it. She goes, no, you gotta. She picked it up and she goes, you got to do this, and then
Yeah.
they drew.
I was just thinking you should use that tonight on the show.
I get, yeah, maybe I should.
That would be funny.
And then look what it says down there. Can a camera pick that up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that hilarious?
Oh, they did a great job on that.
Yeah, happy birthday. Her daughter signed it. Chica, that's her nickname. I think her name's Talika or whatever. She was coming last summer and then she got pregnant. And then I guess she just had her kid, but I've been trying to get her to come back. And she showed up the other morning. And I was like, oh, guess who showed up? Guess who showed up with their baby? And I'm like, Chica, she's like, yeah, look. So anyway, she signed it. And then
Cool.
Cass signed it. Cass is one of the original first members that joined when Anna went off on her own. And then Heidi. And then Mike signed it, Mike's the PA system and it has the googly eyes on it. So we nicknamed him Mike. There's a kettlebell. I can't stand. Oh, so here's an idea. Someone's going to steal this. I don't really care. I hate kettlebells. You know what they are, right? They're these
Yes.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're basically a cannonball with a freaking
Handle.
handle welded to them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to make a coffee cup that looks like a kettlebell. See how that would work? That'd be a kettlebell. How's that? I mean, you'd have to be a diehard workout person to even think or use it, but why not?
Well, yeah.
So,
But would it be sideways?
yeah, it'd have to be sideways. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like thinking to myself, okay, how am I gonna drink it out of it if it's got this big handle?
Yeah, no, it's got to be sideways. So, but who gives a shit? So, and then you can work out with it later. I don't know, but I hate those things. I fucking hate them.
I mean, I get the weight and all of that, but it's because you swing it, it doesn't really. I don't know. I guess I don't really understand the concept.
Yeah, I didn't either, and they're dead weight. And the other gym that Anna worked out, and this other girl that did the boxing class. That's how I met Anna and the other girl. And I honestly can't remember her name, and I'm kind of glad that I can't. But she loved the class was so hard. I was the only one that was showing up.
Oh, damn.
That's how much of a ball buster she was. But she's in her 20s. She had an ass that wouldn't quit, and a really big ass, but a really nice big ass. And she got that from these. Well, genetics help, but she got it from doing these kettlebells.
Yeah.
And the thing about them is that they're dead weight, so they really, really get your blood pumping. So it's probably one of the most effective ways to use weights compared to dumbbells, in my opinion.
Really? Maybe
And
I should
barbells.
try it.
Yeah, and if you get on YouTube and just type kettlebell workouts, there's some basic routine movements, but some people have gotten really creative with them and have gotten really good results with them. And to be honest, you could do them at home if you're getting back into it, and you go on to Amazon and they're like $1 a pound. So the one I bought was 35 pounds. It was about $35 because that's the weight that I was pretty comfortable with for all around stuff. One-handed, two-handed, the swing. There's one where you stand up and you put your legs out further than your shoulders, and you put this kettlebell in front of you and you bend down and get it. You pick it up and you swing it and you hit your crotch and your ass with it. And a guy doing that, she's like, here, just do this. And I'm like, I'm not going to smash my balls with that type of thing. She goes, Tim, trust me. I've trained so many guys. This wasn't Anna. This was another. Anna doesn't like him either. But she's like, trust me. I've trained so many guys. Nobody's hit their junk doing it. And I'm like, okay. So, yeah. And you do that and you swing it forward and you swing it back. And it really, really blasts your legs in your butt. It's fucking crazy.
See, that's what I need.
No.
I have that genetic butt.
Well, there you go. So,
No
and then you
matter
can do,
how little I get, it's still there.
you get squats. You can do squats with it. Just what I'm saying. You just, I don't know, for women, without sounding like, last time I said something like this, whatever, but, I would say a 25 or 30 pound kettlebell for a woman would be good. So and you can do a lot of stuff with that, but then you can do separate, like military presses. You turn it around and the handle's on the back of your hand, and you just push up like that. That'd be 20 pounds maybe. It all depends what you're looking for, but one kettlebell for the money, it beats buying a whole set of equipment or a gym membership or whatever.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And
Yeah.
I mean, if they really are, I just have never really thought that they would be very effective.
No,
But I do not have room for a full free weight set.
well, I would suggest a kettlebell because when I had mine, excuse me, I used it in my front living room and I put it right by the door. I mean, it doesn't take up any space at all.
Yeah.
And I put it there for visual to remind me to pick the thing up, which I never did because I hate it. I hate that. And I hated it so much that I took it to Anna and I go, here, I'm tired of looking at this thing. Keep it. And nobody uses it at the studio either, except me. Once in a great rare while, I
Oh,
will.
that's funny.
Yeah. So there it sits.
You would be proud of me though. I've actually been doing like little exercises here and there,
Mm-hmm.
like when I'm standing at the sink, I'm doing like you know uh, knee raises and then kicking out in the back.
Uh-huh.
There used to be when you do it on all fours, it's called donkey kicks.
Okay. Got it.
So yeah, but I do
Good.
little things like that whenever I'm moseying around the house all day.
Perfect. Yeah, it don't take much. Even if you do one set of anything a day, better than nothing. I mean,
Right.
just like with me, my back went out because I haven't been doing my ab workout, and I have the band right here to do them. I'm looking right at it, and again, I see it, and I never do anything, and my back went out. So now I'm doing at least one set of abs a day because I feel it tightening up my muscles, and it helps keep my lower back in. For me, my lower back in place. There's a train. You're
Mm-mm. No, actually, I don't.
really far away though. 10 to 7. Nobody took up or offer to call in, huh?
No,
What the fuck?
it's quiet today. Candace,
Yeah.
you'll have to come back because normally our chat room has a bunch more people.
I know what happened. What did you say? You scared them all away. What's going on? My computer froze up. There it goes. I thought it was gonna. Usually busier in the chat. Very quiet this morning. Yes, it
It's
did.
extremely quiet this morning.
I know. Where is it? Like, I mean, I appreciate Brat Baby and Candace being in here. Don't get me wrong, but
Oh yeah.
where the hell is everybody? Wake up!
I think Pam was up late last night.
Really?
Yeah,
It is hump day. Everybody laying in bed, getting laid, because I'm not.
I'm not either. Of course, I haven't in 10 years.
Wake up! Yeah, that's crazy. Jesus. Wake up, people. We keep the phone line open. Yeah, not that it matters. Did you see? It's funny that this happened last night. Were you watching Super Tuesday or no? You're not paying attention to that?
Oh no.
My phone died. I can't turn it on. Son of a bitch. I was gonna get on Drudge. I could do that on the webpage. Biden was kicking it.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. And he came out of nowhere and it's just he took a lot of the states and the delegate votes.
well, they said it was going to happen. Somehow he just got some kind of a resurgence, which I think it's everybody banding together to. And I actually saw something posted about it that they're instead of the Democrats working together to beat Trump,
Yeah.
they're working together to beat Sanders again. So
Yeah.
it's
So
going to be interesting.
beat your own party and you're probably not gonna have a snowball's chance in hell of beating Trump. So I mean,
Well, yeah, and I mean, if they put Biden up, it's going to be just like last time.
yeah, right. That's why I want Sanders in there because it's gonna be so hilarious. But I don't want to hear the same crap from Biden. Plus, I
Biden's lucky to know where he's at half the time.
was gonna say, and he's running
He's running for senator.
for Senate, right? So I really don't want to see a senator against the president. Oh yeah, the market went in the shitter again yesterday. That was a dead cat bounce as far as I'm concerned.
What happened with that?
It went down yesterday again. I think it went down like 700 points.
Oh, damn. I saw it in the morning. It was down like 150.
Yeah, I think so. Let me make sure before I give everybody a freaking heart attack. Well, Kramer from CNBC even said, now I'm concerned because the Fed lowered the rate 50 basis points and the market still dropped 700 points. I think. I'm pretty sure. I'm trying to find it. My computer's being slow. I want to see what the futures are anyway.
I also realized I apparently was not quite as awake as I thought I was.
Yesterday?
No, this morning.
Oh, okay.
And I forgot to change the title on our show. It still says emergency management.
Uh-oh.
I'll fix it when we get done. Description's right.
Okay.
Title's just not.
Yeah, at least some of it's right. That's all right. The Dow's futures are up 500 right now, if this is right. Yeah. 580. But it keeps, this happened in '08. It got the shit pounded out of it, and then it went up, and then it went down. It would go up as half as much as it went down. Everybody's, oh, yeah, look, it hit
Yeah.
bottom, and it's coming up. And it's doing the same thing, man.
Yep.
$1,000 drops and then $500 recoveries. And it's like, this is really, this time I'm paying attention. This is really getting my attention.
And people have been, you see reports off and on about the fact, don't go and invest right now because it's doing that. It's not recovering all the way.
Right.
It's giving people hope, so they all jump in there and buy, which helps, but then it crashes again.
I was watching my guy Mitch Ray about technical analysis and charts, and they brought up, this is what they were saying. I don't know, maybe if you want to look it up. But that financial app called Robinhood, you ever hear of it?
I have heard of it.
Something happened where I'm assuming, because they were talking it and making it similar to the Y2K bug. I guess allegedly what I got out of this is that Robinhood didn't put into their app software for February 29th.
Oops.
And that was the biggest single gain, or one of the largest in history of 3 or something in the stock market. And
they just totally were not even there. Oh,
yeah.
I bet they have a lot of pissed off people.
Well, their stock has been suffering from it, and that would piss me off too. It's like, and then everybody's like, well, get on a good exchange like E-Trade and, whatever. And it's like, might be, Robinhood, I have it on my phone. I don't really use it for anything, but Joe Rogan advertises it. And that's why I checked it out, because I believe what he says, and I'm a huge fan of him. But, not that this has anything to do with them, but that's how I found out about it, is what I'm saying. And I heard this yesterday, and I'm like, whoa. Let me tell you.
Yeah, one of the first thing that popped up is on the day stock market gained 1.1 trillion, Robinhood went down for 17 hours.
Yeah, there you go. See? Could you imagine that?
Ooh, I would be really friggin' upset.
Oh, that'd be a good day to drink.
Right? I don't drink, but I would.
The fuck, man. Hang on. Fuck.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I'd be doing.
Those fuckers ruined my day. Oh,
that's got me curious about my little stocks now. I use First Trade because it's cheap. I didn't have to have $500 to get into it.
Besides one IRA that I'm funded with weed, WEED.
That cracks me up.
Yeah, I'm not in the market, and I could really care less what happens with that, because it was kind of a speculative. Yeah, hell, why not? So that's what I did.
Yeah, my actual weed stocks.
Yeah.
Are down. Okay, so I put in 200 about 3-4 years ago, and it's down to $45.40 right now.
Mine was, I don't know, I think it was $2 a share last December, and I threw like $1,000 in there, and I've lost $900.
Oh man.
So yeah, it really, really really tanked. But it's like, you know what? It's all speculative and it's just volatile, so I don't really care. It could go to $10 a share, or it could go to zero. In either case, I don't really care because it's not anything I'm relying on to do anything.
Oh
So
yeah, I threw that money in there, and I knew it was just to put it in there,
yeah,
and
pretty much
if
gone.
it gained, it gained. If it didn't, it didn't.
Right.
But I learned a valuable lesson,
Yeah.
an extremely valuable lesson
Right.
that I lost,
Yeah.
and one of my stocks that I bought for like, I think I bought it for like 50 cents per
Wow.
share. Um, it shot up to $14.
Really?
And I sold some of it. Because I would have only sold like half of it. I would have come out with like a grand, and off of my $50 investment. And I just kept watching it and watching it, watching it, And I figured as soon as it started to tick down, that was when I was going to do it. And yeah, I got up the next morning and it was back down to normal.
Hmm. Yeah, you can't.
They had a deal fall through. They
Yeah.
had it. They had a deal that they announced, and it shot that thing through the roof.
There's drain.
And there's the train. And then in 2 days, the deal fell through, and so the stock plummeted again. So I learned a very valuable lesson there.
Yeah, you can't. You can't pay attention to that because it'll drive you crazy. Boy, what about all those tornadoes in Nashville? I forgot about that. I'm looking at
Oh,
the news.
has there been a new total of death?
It says at least 24. So, couple recalls being sucked into the air like Wizard of Oz.
Wow. Did you see the picture of the car that was on a third story apartment building?
Where in Nashville because of this?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it was picked up and it went right. You know how a lot of apartment buildings have that breezeway
Uh huh.
for the stairs?
Yeah.
And it was sitting in between two buildings on the third floor stairwell.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not surprised.
I'm seeing 24 dead and 38 unaccounted for. Wow.
Wow. Here's some of the headlines. Tell me this isn't a bad sci-fi movie. Amazon employee tests positive for virus. Seattle, a
Mm-hmm.
ghost town. Man in mask passes out on New York City sidewalk.
Yeah, I
North
saw that
Carolina.
yesterday.
What's that?
I saw that yesterday.
This is crazy. North Carolina scientists may hold key to cure.
But
Tension.
it's only a cold.
Yeah, yeah, right. Whatever. Tensions rise as U.S. death toll reaches 9. Who says fatality rate higher than thought? Duh. Oh, yeah, I really think it's only going to kill 1 or 2 people. We don't need to do anything. 2 strains spreading. That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, they're saying it's mutating after it infects somebody. The next person that get it, it's another mutation.
What happens in Vegas if no one stays in Vegas? Yeah, no shit.
Morning, Bill.
Oh, yeah, I closed the chat room finally. Somebody pops in. Good morning, Bill. Better late than never. Okay, here we go. I don't even want to read this one. Patient's chilling account of what disease feels like. I don't even
Ew.
want to.
I don't think I want to know.
My psychosomatic shit will pop in.
Right?
Oh my God, I got the COVID, whatever it is, 19 coronavirus. Kramer, now I'm nervous. Yeah. I listened to that guy with Apple stock when it was like $50. Oh, this isn't good. We need to sell this. And like, that's the last time I listened to that guy.
Uh,
This was a long time ago, but I'm like, you know what? I'm not listening to that.
and that's for the link up for Patriot. We, if you are prepping for whatever happens through all this,
Yeah.
if you click on that link I just posted, it is for My Patriot Supply, and it goes to help the station.
Good. Guess what the number one movie is? at the
What?
box office.
I
The
don't even know what's out right
the
now.
batshit crazy invisible sociopath.
Oh, that Invisible Man one?
Yeah. $10 million are brought in. What does that say? Oh,
People are twisted.
oh my God. You know what? If it sheds lights on sociopaths without getting into this,
Right.
that's fine. I'm all for that. Okay, what else we got here? Tornadoes hit Tennessee, killing at least 24. Such positive news. Let's see. Chris Matthews resigned.
Yeah, he did that the other night. I actually had it on,
Did you?
and he spoke for about maybe 3 to 5 minutes, and he was gone.
Yeah, you seem pretty pissed.
I think he got called out on a couple of things here recently.
Yeah, I looked into a little bit. He said something to a guest or something. She took it as a sexual advancement or whatever. He just got, I don't know. I
Are
guess
you
it's happened
kidding?
before. No, no, you can't, in defense of a man, when a guy says something inappropriate, I mean, come on. But if you say something complimentary or whatever, and a woman takes it as a sexual harassment comment, it's like we're doomed, man. I mean, I don't know what he said exactly. I don't want to get into it, but it's just ridiculous when if you're a beautiful woman, you better be prepared to be complimented. It's the best way to put it. So,
Okay, so I decided to look it up
yeah,
to find out exactly what he said.
yeah,
I typed in what did Chris M, and it popped up what did Chris Matthews say.
yeah. Yeah, he said something. No, somebody was something about she was getting makeup put on, and I guess he allegedly said, "Just keep putting it on, and eventually I'll fall in love with her" or something. Which, that's not sexual. That's just being an asshole.
Well, yeah, that's just being an asshole.
Yeah, that's being rude. That's like if you say that to somebody, it's just that's not nice. So, do you really care what Barbara Streisand says?
Wow, I haven't heard of her name in a while.
Well, she's just all up in arms about everything. It's horrible. Yeah. Um, I wish I could get paid $1 gazillion. I love her as a musician and a performer. I think she has an amazing voice.
Oh yeah.
But to get paid $1 gazillion to sing and then start commenting on us peasants in our life is like just totally out of touch.
We don't want to get me started on famous people and how much they make again.
Oh, sure. Well, then I'll read it then. Really? That'll get you going?
Oh, that kind of. There is absolutely no friggin' reason for anybody to be making that kind of money to entertain us.
This will never leave my head to the day I die when you said we're the only species on the planet that pays to live here.
Well, yeah.
It's like, that makes a lot of sense. It's very true.
Well, yeah, because we decided that something had value and then people used it for power, and it's stupid.
Yeah, she's just knocking the hell out of Trump. It's a whole political statement.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, it's I don't want to get into it. So, but she has it all figured out. So maybe she should run for president.
No. Just
No. No.
Just no.
What else is going on? I'm really
no more personalities for
Oh,
president,
God.
in my opinion.
no. And I'm kind of impressed how little political news is on here. I mean, it's nothing. There's nothing positive, but at least it isn't all this political stuff. Because I'm getting kind of tired of that. Mystery surrounds what killed 1,000 birds in Missouri.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's where my daughter's at.
Super rich to live forever by implanting brains in human-like robots. That's sick.
You know that's coming.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Then I can't wait till they get AI, and then I don't care what directives or protocols it has, we're going to be killed because we're the enemy. So it's going to be the Matrix. all over again. Not all over again, but whatever.
iRobot.
iRobot, right? Yeah, it's a good movie. I like
That
that.
is. But it's also pretty scary when you think about it because it's totally plausible nowadays.
I'm reading a book, AI, Our Final Invention, and it's scaring me. And when you're reading it, you can tell that the author is afraid.
Oh.
Yeah, it literally scares the hell out of you. And you can pick up the vibe that it scares the hell out of him. So I don't want to. I was going to do a show almost a year and a half ago with somebody that she was great on YouTube and everything else, and I know her well. And we were gonna have a show, and she knows people she's interviewed in the past about AI, and it scared the hell out of her. Yeah, it's really something that is going to knock you on your ass and go, oh my God. And it's not a matter of when it's or if, it's when.
Yeah.
And it's going to be one day, and it's going to be like, oh shit. And it's going to be like, what did we do? It's like, yeah, again, what did we do? Dumbasses. What do you think was going to happen? It's like the meltdown. All these smartest people on the planet, and look what they did. Except this time, you're not going to get bailed out or not get prosecuted. You're going to die. So good luck with that one. I'm just being very frank, and that's what this book says. I got to pick that book back up.
Yeah, I've always been fascinated by AI, and even being the geek I am, back in the day, I saw it coming.
Yep.
But it's just not a good thing. Computers are only as smart as their programmers.
Oh, let's here. I'm going through Twitter. Oh, Jesus. It's because I got you up so high. Hang on a minute. I got to do some mixing here. Let's see. I got you pinned so that anything I play is going to be the max. Let me see.
Kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. I sit on the stand.
There we go.
Poor kids.
These are Biden moments there.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as white. Apology.
Oops. Stop it.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. I sit on the stand, and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn that turn blonde in the sun. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by go. You know the thing.
Oh my God.
It's a medical school or where the hell I spoke, but it was on the campus.
An apology enough, Mr. Vice President.
Right this way, why attack Sanders? Why? You're getting nervous, man. Calm down. It's okay. Tomorrow's Superstar Tuesday, and I want to thank you all. I tell you what, I'm rushing ahead, aren't I? And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap.
This is your potential president.
And I love kids jumping on my lap.
That damn liar. Bite your tongue.
Look, Fat. Look, here's the deal.
Fat. Oh, we called it. Oh my God.
What a neat town. I mean, this is sort of
Whoever mixed this did a really bad job.
In Iowa, which is what they do in Iowa, what you do here in a primary in New Hampshire, for example, you are in the state of Ohio. It's the state of Ohio, like you're trying to do in the state. 3,900 of them right here in the state of South Carolina. Focus on cancer, Alzheimer's, and as well as diabetes. Ladies and gentlemen, give me a break. Anybody who can throw cold into a furnace can learn how to program, for God's sake. The president thinks, my friend from Vermont thinks that 1.2 billion. So you go ahead and you stack spaghetti sauce at a store and in a supermarket. You control the guy or the woman who brings out the carts on a forklift.
Oh my God.
What happened?
Oh my God.
You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier. You said you were, but now you got to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you.
We got to stop building and replacing pipelines. We got to go vote for something else.
All right, thanks.
3 former chairs of the Black Caucus, the only African-American woman that ever been elected to the United States Senate, a whole range of people.
No,
My point is,
that's
true.
The other
It's
one
not
is here.
true. I say the first. So my point is, well, I'm looking forward to appointing the first African-American woman to the United States Senate.
Wow.
50 million people have been killed since 2007 when Bernie voted to exempt the gun manufacturers from liability. My name's Joe Biden. I'm a Democratic candidate for the United States Senate. Look me over. If you like what you see, help out. If not, vote the other by. Give me a look,
Oh
though,
my
okay?
gosh.
But guess what? If
That's the first time I've heard that.
taxes are going to be raised, not cut. If you benefit from that. Now we need to stand behind Jamie Harrison, the next president, next senator. South Carolina. All right, Chuck. Thank you very much.
All right. It's Chris, but
Chris.
anyway.
I just did Chris. No, I just did Chuck. I tell you what, man, these are back to back. Anyway.
No, it's okay.
Jeez.
You said they would have to buy in.
To buy in. If she qualifies for
Are you
Medicaid,
forgetting what you
she's
said 2 minutes
automatically
ago?
being-
Yeah, he is.
Are you forgetting already what you said just 2 minutes ago?
I'm beginning to see why your wife left you.
Oh, what a guy.
Whoa.
What a guy.
He is such an ass.
Oh, my God.
And by the way, did you happen to see when Buttigieg dropped out and said that he was going to back Biden?
No.
Did you? Oh, man. Okay, you know how Biden is getting all the flack for, like, massaging women's shoulders and stuff?
Yeah.
When he talks to them, you know, he gets them by the shoulders. He did that to Buttigieg.
Oh, no.
And all I could think, because, I mean, Buttigieg is gay. You know, he's openly gay. And all I could think was, wow, he even does it to gay men.
Yeah, I think he's just one of those touchy-feely type of people.
Oh, but
I
that is
really
so
do.
freaking creepy.
He has no boundaries for people
No.
as far as a physical
No.
boundary, let alone he doesn't know where the
touch
fuck
anybody.
he is. Huh?
You don't touch anybody like that.
Here it is right here. Hang on a minute. Let's see how loud this is. Yeah, whoever mixed that was really
Really bad.
else. So why
Oh,
accept
there
it
we
from your allergy pills? Flonase relieves your worst symptoms, which most pills don't. Get all-in-one allergy. 24 hours. with Flonase.
Let's run him down.
Well, it's a treat to be with Mayor Rawlings and Mayor Adler, a great friend of our campaign. And it is an honor to be here with Vice President Biden. You know, when I ran for president, we made it clear that the whole idea was about rallying the country together to defeat Donald Trump and to win the era for the values that we share. And that was always a goal that was much bigger than me becoming president. And it is in the name of that very same goal that I'm delighted to endorse and support Joe Biden for president. We need a politics that's about decency, a politics that brings back.
Man, whatever. I was going to share that. That's exactly what he did after he said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He like reached up and just did the shoulder thing. It was just like, ew.
Yeah, I keep forgetting I have that share thing. I should have shared that. I'm going to have to get in the habit of doing that. But yeah, that's exactly what he did. Oh my God, we're so screwed. Oh, whatever. Well, it's entertaining. That ain't nothing, man. That ain't nothing. That's just a precursor to all that stuff Biden said. I mean, can you imagine Biden getting on stage with Trump and talking like that? I mean,
Oh, Trump will shred him.
oh, he's just going to stomp on him, man, and he will have no mercy.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's such an easy target.
yeah, but between him and Sanders, I still think Sanders would be because Sanders makes sense and he's got the young vote and what he says makes sense superficially. Biden can't even talk. I mean, that's not even going to be funny. That's actually going to be sad.
Oh, that is going to be very sad to watch.
Yeah, the poor guy doesn't.
I really hope
talk.
the DNC pulls
I
their
mean,
head out of their ass.
it's not even going to be funny. That's Hey, actually stop going it. to be sad. Stop it. I heard that already. I came back in here to get in the chat room. Yeah. Creepy Joe. Oh my God. if we're going to talk about what's that?
Said there's my train.
Yeah. Was that you know?
Yep.
Yeah. If we're going to talk about politics, it's going to be the humor side of it, because you can't make this shit up, man.
No.
It's like, oh. And I believe it or not, like Biden to a degree. And like I said, I thought he was going to do better than he was doing. And then last night he kicked ass. So, but seeing this now, I'm like, I don't really think he's mentally competent to be the president.
Oh, no.
I mean, he'll have the launch the missile button in front of him and think he's ordering a cup of coffee or something,
When he was vice president, it was like watching a sidekick.
Oh,
a
yeah.
hero sidekick.
You ever notice how Obama really never acknowledged him or kind of stayed his distance away from him, from Biden? You ever notice that, or kept him in the back from speaking and things? I mean, yeah, he really, right. Yeah, and we're finding that out.
He was a sidekick.
Yeah, but he'd be at the White House desk and hit that button and launched all the freaking missiles, and he thinks it's room service or something. I mean, the guy's just not all there. He's not.
Which I've never really understood the whole fact of why we elect people that are so freaking old.
You know what?
And that's not ageism. That's just reality. You don't put somebody in our top office who is on the edge of dementia.
Yeah, well, that's most of them, if not all.
Thank you. Once you get past 50, you're looking at all kinds of health issues.
Hey, watch it.
Hey, I'm going to be 50 this year.
Day in a row, you insulted me.
I'm going to be 50 this year. It's not like I'm that much younger than you.
Yeah, just remember that. I know. No, but you're right, because look what happened with Reagan in the second term. I mean, he lost his mind.
Yeah.
So I think more so than they let you know.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. So it's very scary. Well, there's two things. People that are Biden and Trump. Bill saying I'd love to see Biden and Trump. Biden is always saying the wrong state when he's speaking to a crowd. Yeah. Yeah. He don't even know what position he's running for, let alone what state he's in. It's just, it's going to get to the point where it's not funny anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, it already is.
Yeah.
I mean, plain and simple, he should not even be up there.
But yeah, you're right. I mean, like we talked about before, I think when you're 50 in this state, you should get retirement. I mean, what are you going to do? Work to the day you die?
Well, there's that. And just the sheer fact that once you're 50, how hard is it to get a job if you lose your job?
Well, I can tell you, if it wasn't for what I do in my experience in a trade, a skilled trade, I probably wouldn't be working right now. I'd be cast away to the side.
No.
So
hell, in my work, if I tried to work in like a regular business.
Yep.
And I mean, I tried to get jobs like with companies doing what I do.
Yeah.
But because I don't have a college degree, they would immediately throw me to the side.
You're right.
So I'd apply for lower level positions.
Yeah.
But I have too much experience.
Yeah. So you're screwing yourself no matter what. Yeah. See that?
There's no way they would immediately look me over because they want that young, fresh blood that is all into the new technology, even though I am.
Mm-hmm.
But because of my age, they immediately think that all I do is old school.
Yeah, whatever. When I interviewed people, I didn't really look too much at their college requirements other than they did go to school. That's all I cared about. But I would look at it like this. If you paid for a college degree and you're dumb enough to finance it with a vehicle that you can't default on, you're pretty stupid. Sorry.
Yeah, it was a stupid thing.
I would rather see people work during the day and go to school at night and pay for it themselves. That means much more to me than, oh, look at my associates or look at my bachelor's or look at my master's. It's like, well,
I'm in debt for the rest of my life.
How long are you going to frickin' be in debt for, dumbass? See, that's how I look at it. But people don't. People don't. Oh, you need your minimum requirement and prerequisite is to have a bachelor's degree in whatever.
Yeah.
Or you
Never
just,
mind the fact they got 20 years of experience.
I'll tell you what, I don't know everything, but I learned way more in the real world than I would from any classroom.
I get hit up every once in a while by younger people who are getting into the business of online operations.
Mhm.
And one of the first questions I always ask is, what are they teaching in school now? Because I guarantee you that 90% of it is irrelevant.
Hating
in this field.
Republicans is one of them. I don't know. I don't get it. It's not there to indoctrinate and brainwash you. It's to give you facts and give you knowledge. So that knowledge turns into wisdom and you get experience. And then by the time, you're in your 50s, which you should be retiring, you're at the top of your game. But if a meltdown happens and all this happens and whatever happens, no, you're cast to the side. And it's like, oh, well, you were good enough at one time, but not anymore.
Because they have to pay for that experience too.
Well, but then it throws you into, if you have a sellable trade or service or talent, then you get into consulting, or you start your own business. I mean, just to give up and go. I mean, if you're a cat, no offense to anybody, but if you're a menial task person putting widgets together or whatever, chances are, you're going to be replaced because they can find anybody to do that for the most part.
And computers nowadays.
Yeah.
Robots and
right.
automated.
Oh yeah, assembly lines.
Everything's going automated.
Right.
It has been for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in the next 5 years, I don't think you're going to see anybody behind a cash register at any restaurant, fast food chain whatsoever.
Mm-mm.
There was on LinkedIn, some pizza company that came out kicking ass, and they had robots making the pizza, and they already went bankrupt.
Oh, wow.
Uh-huh. Yep.
I wonder why.
I don't know. I didn't get into it, but they actually showed the robot making the pizza, putting it in the oven. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
I bet the reason why is because people are, well, it's just like you see the posts all the time about, don't use the self-checkouts because you're taking somebody's job. So that's probably why.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand the thinking. Like I said, I think people should go to school. And even if you don't, I have enough credits to get an associate's. It's just not in the same major or whatever, in the same degree, required prerequisite or required classes to get that degree. But I have enough credit hours to get a degree, but I don't
have quite enough.
Yeah.
And then all got my sophomore year.
And all the prerequisites. Well, you got to take psychology for heating and air conditioning degrees. Like, why in the fuck do I got to take psychology for an HVAC degree? Really?
Really?
Oh yeah, it was something like that. And I'm almost
that
positive.
was one of my majors.
Yeah, well, that's fine. Well, that's fine if it's your major, but
but
okay. Well, then you got to take an HVAC course to get your degree.
That's stupid.
Exactly. I mean, if it's one way for the other, then tit for tat, quid pro quo, whatever, then you need to take an HVAC class if you want to get your psychology degree. Really? It just makes no sense to me at all. And it's expensive.
When I went to college.
I did too, but what really killed me was the book. You go to in the bookstore, oh, that's $150 for a book. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, where's the used ones? Or they're over there, but those are 100 or 50, 75 and look like, somebody pissed all over, dropped it, the dog ate half of it or whatever. Like,
all those drug parties.
Exactly. It just makes no sense, man. And what I really think it is, because I've had people I've known most of my life, and they went and got their degrees and they paid for them. And then here comes me busting my ass, starting a company more successful than them. And they actually got jealous because they didn't do it the way that you were supposed to do it. And they did. So they didn't like that.
Well, of course not.
Yeah. Just like this stuff here. I didn't go to broadcasting school. I didn't fucking whatever. And if something happens where this show takes off, you watch the people. Well, I went to radio broadcast school and I did this and I did that. So then they're going to start throwing you under the bus because, and there's an interview with Eddie Van Halen, some Asian woman from CNN, but she was at this institute now or something. And she interviewed Eddie Van Halen. So she goes to him. So do you think you did yourself a disservice or disadvantage by not learning how to play guitar with lessons? And he said, absolutely not. He said, if I did that, I wouldn't play the way I play.
Right.
And that's so profound because, yeah, the inspiration. I mean, Eddie Van Halen plays stuff that you can't even write in a music score with some of the things that he does. And if he never did that, then there would never be any in Eddie Van Halen. It was very innovative.
Yeah.
And that's missing everywhere. Innovation's missing everywhere because you're told how to do things. And if you don't do it this certain way, then you can't do it.
Yeah.
And it's so stupid.
Well,
Like
I
this
mean,
show.
whenever I went to, I'm completely self-taught in online operations.
Mm-hmm.
I taught myself by looking at taking sites that were already existing, and I would pull all the coding from them
Mm-hmm.
and install them on my own hosting,
Mm-hmm.
and then I would tear them down to their bare bones and rebuild them.
So you reverse engineered it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I mean, I never thought that, 23 years later, this is what I would be doing.
Mm-mm.
Not in the least. It was fun. It was just fun for me.
It was
And,
a hobby.
yeah. Well, it was more than a hobby, but
Okay.
it was a job for me that I could work from home,
Mm-hmm.
and I was good at it. And but like I said before, I can't even get a regular job anymore, even with over 20 years of experience.
Right. No.
And I guarantee if I'd gone to school for it, which, I mean, granted, I was always an outside of the box thinker anyway.
No.
But it definitely would have hampered what I know now.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Most of the stuff I've done and I learned on my own. And I came up with my own systems because I was innovating and how to figure things out, which have been challenges in this industry forever. And I figured them out, and I'm not going to say to 100% accuracy, but enough to be efficient. And there you go.
Yeah.
But if I went to school, Tim, you got to do it this way and that way and this way, and you got to pay for this degree that says you can do it. And then I'm brainwashed, and shit doesn't work anyway. So, like, really? I mean, if this was the right way to go, then it would have been built upon and improved, and it would have been the proven way to do things. And I mean, most successful entrepreneurs never even finished college.
I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't either. I didn't either because it was all bullshit. It's like, this is ridiculous. The technical part of it and the facts and the science, yes. But
Yeah,
the
that's
theory,
legit, though.
yeah, but the theory, like in management school, I mean, geez, really? It's like, I learned a lot and all that, but it's like, you guys don't have this figured out. I'm telling you, you don't. So, but whatever. I just took little tidbits, like you were saying, of your coding or whatever. I just took there's a training him, little tidbits of things that work for me, and I made it work.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, back in the day, because of the way that I did things, and because I'm a cheapskate, I'm a penny pincher.
Mm-hmm.
I figured out ways to, back in the day, start a business for under $200 startup and less than $100 a year.
Yep.
And now that, outside of paying me to build it, now I get people started in business and they're paying less than $50 a year.
Nice.
But if I'd gone to school and done it the way that they teach, that wouldn't have happened.
Nope. No, it stifles your creativity and your thinking, your innovation. So it's just,
necessity is the mother of invention.
right. Uh-oh. Coinbase. I think somebody just tried phishing my webpage for my, oh no, keeps going back. Oops. An error occurred. We're working around the clock to fix bugs. This is Coinbase. This is the exchange for Bitcoin and crypto. Coinbase.
Coinbase or Coinbet?
Base.
That's
Coinbase.
the one I got my stuff on, I think, or one of them.
Yeah, they're having problems. They must be getting attacked or something. And I used my bookmark to prevent phishing, and it keeps popping up. That's really weird.
It's coming up for me.
The whole page?
Mm-hmm.
No, it loads and then it pops to an error page.
Yeah, mine's
weird.
loading.
That is weird. My computer's doing weird things.
I wonder what happens when I sign in.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, it's gonna make me do that. Their stupid verification thing.
Oh yeah, I hate that. Yeah, it almost loads fully and then bam, it goes, oops, an error occurred. Whatever. I'm glad I took all my shit off of there and put it onto a hard wallet. I hope they're not getting attacked. Whatever.
Mine's on the one that all my coin stuff is. Oh, yep. I logged in and it gave me that error.
Yeah. So what's going on with that?
They got issues.
Fuck. Yeah. I think I got a whopping $100 in there. Thank God. They took it all
I
off.
have like 10.
Yeah, I took it. Yeah, but people that can't get on there that they're leaving their money on that exchange are shitting a brick right now. Trust me.
KuCoin, that's the one I have my stuff on.
Oh, KuCoin. Okay. Like Tupac?
Ku.
Ku?
Yeah.
Oh.
KUCOIN.
Whatever. Okay. All right. Well, it's 7:30. So, and then we'll be back tonight. Hopefully it'll be a little more livelier with people.
Oh, I'm sure it will be.
Yeah. And I'll play that Alex Jones intro with the naughty words. You're saying naughty words. So I'll play that and whatever. And we'll see how it goes. So 8:00, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I don't
Mountain
know
time.
where the hell everybody is.
Oh, hey, I got a message from Jason Oman. He's going to be a guest eventually.
All right. Awesome. Yeah, and hopefully Maya gets back to me. She's really slow, though, with getting back. So she said something on Twitter that, oh, Facebook will ban my picture of my cat, but me receiving dick pics is perfectly fine. Oh, my
Ain't
God.
that the truth?
Oh, my God. I'm like, really? Then, of course, I said, well, obviously, it depends on the cat and the dick. I replied to her like that. She didn't comment. I don't know what's going on.
That totally just made me think about something else that happened last night.
Really?
So we live behind a shopping center.
Mm-hmm.
And so we walk over there, to go to groceries and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we got Papa Murphy's last night.
Yeah.
And while we're wandering around, we went over to the store to get sodas and things like that. And there was, when we walk out of Papa Murphy's, there's like this SUV parked in a space that is not meant for parking.
Mm-hmm.
And we're both just like, what the hell? Go into the grocery store, get our sodas, come back out. There's a freaking sorry for my penis truck sitting on the sidewalk of the grocery store.
Nice.
We get past there. We go back into Papa Murphy's, get our pizza, walk out. There's another car sitting in that same spot where the SUV was that is not for parking. It was just like, what is up with people tonight?
I don't know.
Sorry, I know that was totally random and stupid.
No, it's okay. It just everybody's going crazy. I don't know what.
That was kind of my point of it. Is just
right.
What's with all the crazy?
I don't know, but they're all coming out. Like
the freaks come out at night.
Being zombies without being zombies. I don't know what to tell you. So weird. All right. Well, let's say goodnight, Gracie, because I'm gonna go to work and we're gonna be on for another hour. How much time do we have tonight?
Oh, as long as we want.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that could be 15 minutes or it could be 3 hours. It's gonna depend.
Just depends on how it goes.
I want people to call in, damn it, because it's puts a dimension in the show that I like a lot more. So.
Oh, I get it. You just don't like talking to me.
No, it's just too early to be. I don't know. People should be a little more lively, but it is early. So no, I don't mind talking to you. Otherwise, I wouldn't have you as my co-host. So.
I was just giving you shit.
But like I said, there's to a point where it sounds like you and I are just talking on a freaking phone.
Yeah.
No. And it's like, oh, I don't like listening to them because it's like listening to a phone call. Well, then why don't you call in? You know, I could start swearing and piss you off, you know, and then get you irritated or motivated to call in. I don't know. It just there's some things I don't want to beat a dead horse with either, like this virus and the politics. I mean, I don't mind the politics and playing the Biden stuff.
That was great.
Yeah,
I mean, I wish it was better done, but that was still great.
Yeah. That was right off of Twitter. Somebody posted that, so I had to share that one. So, words of wisdom.
Words of wisdom from Biden.
Wait till he's a president. Oh my God.
Oh, they are so going to screw the pooch on that one.
Yep. So, I don't know. We'll see. But all right, so it's time to say goodbye because I'm going to go to work and see what's going on. And I want to thank Candace, a new listener, a new subscriber. Thank you very much. Hopefully we didn't scare her away. I'm very quiet. Brat Baby and Bill. Wow.
Quiet day in the chat room today.
Very quiet. What is wrong with you people? Well, we're assuming that that's the ones that didn't sign on.
Well, yeah, because there's definitely a lot that listen to us that never say a word. So
right, that has to change. They have to call in. So, but
start making yourselves known.
Yeah, and then like tonight or whatever, I want to rip off everything we're on, like Spotify and Apple, iTunes, whatever they call it anymore, podcasts, all the stuff we're available on. So you can. Are we on Podbean?
Yes,
we are. I love Podbean. Okay.
Yes, we are on Podbean, Spotify, Apple.
Okay.
There's a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, good. Yeah, that's good.
I have to have my list up.
Well, it'll just be a matter of time before it blows up. So, but okay. Well, say goodnight, Gracie. We're gonna go. So.
Good night, Gracie. We're gonna go.
Yes. All right. Oh, good. That was Lila. That's very smart, Ashes. I like that. That was good. All right, guys. Thanks for listening and joining the show and calling in and being big participants and just making this a very interesting show. And we will be on at 8 p.m. Mountain Time, right? We're Mountain Time?
7 Pacific, 8 Mountain, or 8 Central, and 9 Eastern.
Yeah.
Sorry,
and
I hate time zones.
I do too. And I won't have my laundry basket as a prop.
That was hilarious. When you came and had that thing over your head, when you came back, I was still muted. I was freaking cracking up.
Hey, there you go. Whatever.
That's why I stay muted until you're ready for me.
You can be a smart ass. Like, no, you really don't like it, huh? Here, how about this? That's my thinking. So, but now you can complain. You have a legitimate complaint. Anyway, all right. I'm sorry in my bedroom. One day maybe a studio or whatever, but it is what it is. So it's not like I have a blow up doll back there or anything. So
and eventually I'll get a cam. Hopefully this month.
Yeah, cool. Okay. All right, guys. Well, thanks for listening to us, and come join us tonight at 8:00. We'll see what the dynamics and the vibe is of that show when people are awake, and we'll go from there. Right?
Yay.
So, okay. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you tonight at 8 p.m. You have been listening to the original Red Pill Show. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye. How do you turn this thing off? Good.